So basically, we are going to focus on our string manipulation concepts in this class. And see, guys, whatever you have done so far, whatever we have learned so far in Java, it is something that you will never be able to recall if you are not practice it well. See, right now you have just completed, after this today's class you will complete the course of Java, but right now is the counter. It starts uh, when your practice starts. Your counter of practice is going to start from today itself, because there will be complete independence. See, whenever you are stuck, you just refer to the class that we have done. Whenever we have done that particular topic, you just refer to that class and you will be good to go. But if you will not practice, you will never, find out the loopholes wherein you will get stuck in the interview. Okay, interviewers are not looking for, uh, to really not select you. They are only looking that, are you in practice? Are you serious about this or not? Okay. Let's say they can ask you what are the new things that Java 8 has introduced. Okay, you can say that we can have our static method definition and interfaces, and we can have default methods and interfaces. I mean, whatever they are going to ask you, if even if you complete the course till what I have taught you, trust me, there will be 100% chances that whenever you are going to express whatever knowledge you have learned in this course, you will definitely going to be get selected. Okay, so have that confidence, but that confidence will only, you will be able to carry that confidence if you are practicing Java well. Don't practice much. They are not going to ask you, very deep questions just because you are going to apply for, a 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year experience. So they are not going to, deep dive, and also that is going to be in manual, right? So they are not going to deep dive in, very tough questions for you, but basic questions they are going to ask. Okay, so these all basic questions we have covered. Even we have covered the advanced level of Java as well. So you will have a complete command on Java if only you cover the course that we have done so far and what we are going to do in today's class. Okay. String manipulation is a very important topic, guys. I think if you're going to give 10 interviews in future, out of those eight uh, of them will be, demanding the, code writing skills on string manipulation questions. So string manipulation is quite important. Why? Because even in Java, we are going to get the validation. See, even in Selenium again, I'm sorry. So even in Selenium, we are going to validate our code using the string match or the boolean true or false. These are the two only ways to assert. I mean, there are a lot of logics around it that you can do it, apply over it. But ultimately, these are the two ways to validate your expected result with actual result. Okay? So string is one of them. String match is one of them, and then boolean true or false is the other one. And this is what it is. The decision making involved. Okay, with Boolean, we are going to do our decision making whether our expected result is going to match with the actual result or not. Later, we are going to see that even the string match is returning a Boolean only, because our assertion is returning a Boolean only. Okay, so you will be able to get that very clearly once we reach to that point in Selenium classes. But this class is going to be very important for you, because it doesn't matter that you are getting late or you're getting what, but just getting this class, because it will be really going to change your life. Because see, string manipulation is really important for you guys, and to understand string manipulation, it was very important for us to complete the whole course of Java. Only then it'll be beneficial for you, because now you will be able to understand it very clearly if you have done all the classes so far. Anyway, so we are going to start our string manipulation concepts, and I have just created one class, and here is my main method. And I guess now the voice is all fine. Okay, and this is the string that I have written. Okay, we are going to start it from very basic, and then we are going to move on to our advanced level. Okay. Now, this is my string. Now, guys, this is the our string is basically divided into the static array. Okay. Always remember this. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is how our whole string is divided into a static array. Okay, and we have seen that for static array, we have seen that what exactly is used in static array. Static array, to find the length, you know, what do we use? We use length, right? Length. We simply know that there is one, method. Okay, for string, this is a method. Okay, so let's say, so in static array, it's a keyword, right? It's a keyword which is length, but for string, we are going to find it out as length as a method, because see, the moment you type s dot len, it is going to give us the method length. So there is also one, debate about, what is the difference between, length and length as a keyword and length as a method. So this is for all static arrays. Okay, the generic static arrays. This is for all of them. Okay, to find the length of that. But for string, this is a method. Okay, so this is another thing that they might ask you in the interview, and it is also an interview question. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to get the length. Is it really going to print us the length? No, it is only going to get us the length. So length is going to return what? The moment I mouse over on length, it is saying that it is going to return us, the length of the string. And the length of the string is equal to the number of Unicode units in the string, right? So this is what it is, returning. So now what I can do is can I save this length anywhere? I can save this length somewhere, because see, the length is going to be in integer form. Okay, so you have to save the length in integer form only. Okay, and what you are going to, give to this integer. Let's say I am going to give, let's say, highest index it is going to give us, right? So highest index it is going to give us. Okay, so this length is going to give us that. What is the highest index of this? Is it really going to give us that? No, the highest index would be length minus 1. We have done this earlier, right? For arrays. So let's make it length. Okay. So this is the length. Now, if I want to print it, I can simply print it like this. See. Okay. I want to print the length. Okay. And so the length of this complete string is 40. Now you understand why do we need this? See, if let's say you have to do some logic creation for validating if my password field or the username field has only, these many characters allowed. So I will do what? I will create, like, say, 41 I will create, and then I'll add a small space over here, and then I'll save it, and then I'll see that now it is returning me 41. So it simply means that I can use this as a validator, right? That whatever string I'm passing, if the length is more than 40, or whatever the rules has been set for, password and, your username field, that is something you can validate, that if it is giving us the right length, or it is giving us the error at the right length which it should give. Let's say if it has to give us at 41, then it will be, encountered as a bug, and the actual and the expected result are wrong matching. So we are going to, like, see, in Selenium, we are going to use a lot, I mean, these string manipulation concepts. So that is the reason that it is the hot topic of interviews nowadays. Okay. Now, if I want to know the highest index of this, so what would be the highest index? What would be the highest index? Would be, can I say, or let's say I am printing sysout itself, and I say, okay, the highest index of string S. Okay, and then I give a space over here, and then concatenation will happen, and then I'll give it inside the bracket that whatever is my length, okay, just minus it with one, and put it in my highest index. See, so now my highest index is 39. Got it, guys? We have done this with arrays, but this is also possible with the strings. That's what I wanted to tell you. Okay, what would be the lowest index? The lowest index will always be zero. Okay, guys. Now, let's say I want to, achieve that what is, the value, what is the value of, let's say, the third index. Okay, the third index or this third index, I want to know what is the value of that. So what I can do is I can simply see there is one caret method. Okay, so let me make it, if I do it like this, you will be easier for you to revise it later. Okay, so let's say I want to know what is the, so I'm again keeping it in sysout. You can also do like this, guys. Okay, but unnecessary variable I do not want to create because I only want to show it to you for learning purpose. So it's better that also you can try this in an interview as well, or you can do this. Okay, whatever is the requirement, as per that you can act. Okay, now, if I want to know that, okay, I asked Java to print, I mean, the S dot, what? See, the first method itself is what? Caret, right? And the moment I select this caret, and then inside this, whatever index value I want to know, I can, get it over here like this. And the integer number is what you have to press because the caret is having the this method is having what this method. See, the moment you will mouse over, okay, and press control with mouse over, it is going to give you this list. So open declaration, click on open declaration, and it is going to take you to that. Do not change anything in this, guys. Okay, this is only for learning purpose because your Java bindings will be get affected because of this. So never change anything in this. Okay, or this is only for your you know learning purpose. So your char at method is you know getting an argument of what? This is getting an argument of integer, right? So I just close it first so that there are no changes over there. So now the integer number I have placed over here. So what will be printed now? The third index will be printed now. See, m is going to be printed. So why is m going to be printed? Can you tell me? Why is n going to be printed? Because see, this is what? Is this index? Is this really index? What do you think? Mhm. Is this index? No, this is not index. This is the length. Okay, the third character. Okay, so it is going to print us n over here. Okay, okay. Uh, I'm so sorry. This is exactly the same thing that your index would do. So whatever your character will be here, see, this is third. So the third over here is n only, right? So it is returning n. See, it is returning n. So this particular thing is working as index only. Okay. So what I would say is, let's say char at will always, you know, get the argument or parametric value which will refer to its, or I would say strings index. Okay, index value. So this is important. Okay, it is going to return you an index value. See here also the third is m. Now if you want to change it to 9, then it is also going to give you whatever is the right thing, which is 9 I. Okay. minus I. If you want to see what is your, let's say this whole thing was how much? It was 40, right? So if I say, let's say the final index is 39, right? So now if I run this, then it is giving me the exclamation mark, which I have used at the end. Okay. So this is how you can do this. Okay. Now, similarly, what I do is, so second. Similarly, what I want to do is that, you know, your sys out, the same thing, I'm going to get it over here. And then I'm trying to see, okay, can I have, the length, what if I keep 40 over here? How is, you know, JVM going to react? Is it going to throw any error? Or if it is going to throw any error, then what error it is going to throw? Okay. So just now I told you guys, it is going to divide the whole string into the static array form. And in static array form, the moment we are going to go outside our, boundary of the array, then it is going to throw our one exception, which is array out of, sorry, array index out of bounds exception. Okay, this is what it is going to throw, right? But in case of string, it is going to throw string index out of bound exception. Okay. In case of string only, it is going to throw like this. So let's see if it is really going to throw it or not. See, it is throwing, right? And it is saying that string index out of bound exception, right? So this is also an interview question, that what exception is thrown if we are going to, you know, identify, anything out of the boundary of the string. So if we are printing or declaring it anywhere or defining it anywhere, it is going to throw us what? String index out of bound exception at runtime. Okay, so this is also very important thing for you. But now another exciting thing is, so guys, my code will not go beyond line number 20, so I'm commenting this for now, and later you can uncomment and see how is it really reacting. So now, another thing that I wanted to tell you is, so let me first have a bifurcation of this over here. And the method that I'm going to tell you of now is index of. Okay, there is one another method in Selenium, sorry, in Java, that what is the index of your, whatever value you are going to give as a character, you can give, or you can give a complete word as well. Let's see. So index of, let's say I want to know the index of W. Okay. I want to know the index of W. So I simply say, okay, inside this, first of all, I have to use s dot. Okay. There is one index of method. See this one. Okay. I can give index of integer as well and index of, string as well. So I'm going to take it string, and then inside this, even I can do character as well. Then inside this, I am giving what is the index of W. Okay. So this is what I want to know, right? So let's run this. What it should return as per ours, knowledge, that it should return 5. For W, it is 5, right? Let's see if it is written in 5 or not. Yes, it is written in 5, right? So this is how you can get the indexes of a particular, occurrence of a letter. But there is one catch here. Okay. There is one important catch over here, that, whenever, let's say even in this particular example also, if you see, okay, your I am writing a Java code and all this is, written. Now, what if I ask for the index of A and it is returning me what? Let's see. Okay. So sys out, okay, similar thing. I'm going to copy paste over here, but this time I want to know the index of A. Okay, now I'm going to run this. and it is saying that the index of A is 2, which is correct. See, index of A is 2. But what if I ever want to know the index of this A and then the following A's as well? Okay, so what if I want to know the positions of this A's, further A's in the string as well, further repetitive values of A? What I have to do for that? See, guys, we can simply do one thing. We can see there are a couple of things that we can do, but then the easiest way I'm going to tell you. Okay, so you figure out like what are other ways you want to work it. You wanted to work it around. You can simply copy this. Okay, the same logic. Okay, and then what you can do is you can simply you know first of all you have to give the letter. Let's say you have to first of all you have to tell that which letter you are going to give us. So there is index of is the overloaded method. If I go over here, see, index of is an overloaded method, right? So index of we can use end character, and then we can give a from index we can give, right? This is also we can do, right? So what I can do is that I can give a character first. Instead of this, let's say I am getting this one. So here I can give a character first. So whatever character I want to give, let's say I want to give A, okay? And from where I want it to start. Here it is what? In this whole, okay, let me make it a little smaller. Now I will be able to connect like this. So here, your A is what? Your A is 2, right? So I want that your counting should start from 2. Okay, I want that. So how I can do that? See, I can simply mention 2 over here as in teacher. Okay, this is how can I can do it. Now let's see. Now it is telling me that it is okay. Um, this is okay. Then I can what I can also do is okay. What I can also do is I can do from 3 I wanted to start, let's say. Okay, because if I'm starting with 2, then at 2 only it has found 1A. Okay, if I'm going to start with 2, let's say I'm going to start with 2, then at 2 only it has found A. Okay, so I want to start with 3. It is not going to work with 2, right? It is not going to work with 3 because at 2 only it has found A and it is going to return me 2. As simple as that. But to identify the next one, I have to start it with 3, right? Like this, like this, right? So the next value is 13. Okay, this one is at 13 index. Okay, so can I say that, you know, if I want to do this way, then can I say I can do this way as well? That whatever is coming from this index, okay, whatever is coming from this index, you just add 1 to it. Okay, just add 1 to it. Will it return me the same thing? Let's see. Yes, it is returning me the same thing, right? So, I mean, it is your choice how you want to, present in the interview, whether you want to present this way or this way. Better you present this way, but you take the interview from this direction. That whatever we are going to write inside this particular comparison, this is going to be, the next index of the previous index where A is falling. Okay, then I can get now. See, the beauty of this is that whatever I'm going to get over here, you know, um, I can simply, give a bracket and then I can get the next one. So that is something which you will have to practice, right? So you will be able to get all the values like this. Okay, and then also you can, have a for loop around it, and then you can do it. Okay, to get the right index every time. So you have to write a logic around that. Okay, but here we are only discussing the index with the string methods and the string manipulations, and this is enough for you to understand that, okay, fine, there is one index of method which is going to give us. So wherever, in whichever logic in Selenium or Java you are asked to, you can use this, right? Then there is another method, guys, which is, you know, see, index of, you can also use like this, that, okay, um, you can also use your index of, let's say, s dot index of, okay, instead of giving any integer or something like that, or character, I can simply take the complete thing. See, code like this. And then if I want to know what is the index of this, is 20. And where exactly it is starting to count the index, it is going to count the index from this C. So this place of the C is 20th index. So it is going to return me 20. Okay. So this is also something which might happen in the interview and they will confuse you in this. So you have to be careful about this. Whatever logic you want to write, you can write. Okay. Like say, if your s dot index of, okay, index of, and inside here I'm saying, okay, code, okay, is greater than equals to, 12. Okay. And then inside this, I'm saying, whatever logic you want to write, you can write it on this particular code like this. Okay. Okay. I say, um, valid end. Okay. Like this. Or else it will say that it is an invalid entry, right? Like this. Okay. So you will be able to easily see, this is valid entry. So you'll be able to create a logic around this depending on how and what is asked to you in the interview. But trust me, knowing all these methods, you will be definitely able to create the logic. And just many a times they are only going to ask you these methods, even if you have you gone that far in Java or not. That is the only thing that they are going to judge. And your thought process also to create the logics. Your thought process is also important. Okay. Okay, guys. So now there is another way to lowercase and uppercase your lowercase and uppercase your string. Okay, and this is quite simple, guys. And I mean, there is not much into this. So what you can do over here is that you can pick your string. This is our string, right? So you can simply get it printed like this, that s dot, and there is one method to lowercase. See here, right? Just do not give anything inside this. It is fine. Okay, and you just simply print this. See, so whole thing is going to come into lowercase now. Similarly, also this is very important for the Selenium perspective, because we sometimes we really want it to happen, because when we are going to compare it with hard comparison, that also we are going to see in a few minutes, but let's stick to this. Simply we have lowercase as well similarly, and we have you know the whole string coming in, sorry, uppercase, I'm so sorry. This is the uppercase. Okay, and then it is going to give us the whole string in uppercase like this. See. Okay. So never get stuck because of these small things in the interview. It is very important for you to revise these as well. Now, moving on, let's see. Another method, I guess, was okay. Let me create a differentiator, and then, so guys, another method is string. Okay. So let's say I have, one more string. Let me take one more string because that has gone a little above and it will be really difficult for you to relate with it. So let's say I am saying Java Selenium. Okay. But before Java, there is, you know, there is a lot of space, and after Selenium also there is a lot of space. So do not want my, final string to have these spaces. Okay, I just want Java Selenium. I do not want these spaces because see, whenever many a times what you do is you get the validation of expected and actual result validation from the Excel sheet, and you give this Excel sheet to your manual testers to ask them to, okay, fine, whatever data you want to write, you can use this format. Whenever we talk about our keyword driven framework, or our data driven framework, what we do in there, we are getting fetching the data from the Excel sheet, right? So in the Excel sheet itself, the manual tester has done some mistake that the manual tester has got you know some spaces before and after. So our assertion will always fail, because even if it is returning us Java Selenium only, and this is what is expected, but even if there is only one space, the assertion will fail, because in the expected result there is no spaces before or after the string, right? So this is very important, guys. So trim is very important. Whenever you are getting a string, first of all, just pick and trim it. Okay. So how do you do this? Very simple. Simply go here, s1 dot trim. That's it. It will do the needful. That's it. See, now if you'll print it, then there is no space. See, but before you feel print it like this, if you will print it before trimming it, like simply S1 if you want to print, then it is showing us what? See, spaces are here. And also here it is space. Okay. But here it is no space. See, if I'm clicking and going over here, there it is no space. Right? But and here of course it is no space. Okay. So this is also very important, and always remember. Okay, not just here. See, even if you are not having a space over here, and you only have a space over here, because many a times whenever your data features you keep, and you get data. Let's say you want to get data of all the links on the on the homepage of Amazon.com. There you are getting the data, and all the data that you are getting, some of them is having some space before that particular, because it all depends on the DOM itself. What the DOM is returning us, we are only, the code is going to return you that. And if the DOM is having spaces before or after, or no spaces, and your expected result coming from the expect Excel sheet, or you have hard coded it, and you have spaces before or after, your code is going to definitely fail, your test case is going to fail, right? So that is important. Now, moving on, there is another thing which is replace. Okay, so how you going to deal with replace? So let's say I have one string dob. Okay, and in here I have my dob. Okay, let's say anything. Let's say 09 and you know uh, 505, and then whatever 1987. That's it, like this. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to replace this hyphen, these hyphens. I want to replace it with a forward slash like this. Okay, so what I have to do, then again it is quite simple, guys. But here the parameters will be two, both string. Okay, but the parameters will be two. So what we have to do is simply just out. So instead of this, guys, you can do like this as well, like we have done this. You can save the whatever we are going to print, you can save it outside in some other variable, and then you can simply you know print the variable itself instead of doing all this. But here my purpose is to simply show you what even if you do like this in the interview, it will it will be no issues with that. Okay, because the result matters and the result is coming. Okay, so but in your coding, standards, this like this it is advisable. Okay. Anyway, so we have to trim this. So sorry, the replace thing we have to do. So S1, okay, we have to do a DOP, right? So DOP dot replace is, the method. See, the replace method is also overloaded with this, right? So let's keep, a string over here. Let's say I want to replace this with, what? I want to replace it with, I want to replace what? First, I want to replace hyphen with what? I want to replace with forward slash like this. Is it doing it for me? Let's see. Yes, it is doing it for me like this, right? So this is how you can do it. Also, it's not like that you can only do it with characters. You can do it with anything. Okay. Let's say I want to S1. Okay. S1 I am replacing. Okay. Replace. And here I am saying that replace Java and put what? Naveen. Okay. And now if I run this, it is doing the same thing. See, it is giving me the spaces before and after as well. Okay, here is no space after, so it is not returning me space after the string, but it has replaced Java with Naveen, right? So this is how you can do it. I mean, it is not just about the characters, it is about the complete string, anything inside the string. Okay, so always remember this. Okay, revise it before going into the interview. Okay. Now, let's say I want to discuss another method, which is contains. Okay, contains I want to discuss. And inside contains, what I can do is I can have my string, and let's keep this string only. Okay, let's see if we are able to, use contains method in this one. Okay, first of all, contains, it will return what? It will return Boolean. Okay, it will return Boolean. Okay, only true or false it is going to return. So let's see how is it really working. And it is quite simple again, guys. Okay, so our s1 dot contains, okay, inside this contains we can simply give Java like this. Okay, so what it is going to return, it should return true because it is returning Boolean. See, it is returning true, right? Okay, it is returning true like this. Now, let's say I want to do case sensitive part, and let's see if it is returning true. Now it is returning false. Why? Because Java is a case sensitive language and you have to keep it case sensitive only. Okay. If you want it to get true, then you have to make it capital G. Okay. Also, I mean, similarly, you can, have your logic around it that, if S1 dot contains, you know, selenium, or just keep it SELE. Okay. And then sys out what? Okay. Um, string. Okay. Match, matched. Okay. String matched. Like this, I want to tell it. Okay. So let's say I run this. It is saying me string matched. Okay. Because it is not important that you only get the complete, word or, some part of the string. If you are able to do with Java, then you will be able to do with half letters as well, half words as well. It is only going to tell you that if the, whatever you have presented over here, is it there or not. It is the only thing that it is going to validate. Okay. And we all know that we always keep our, this condition inside our if statement, because these are condition statement, and all Boolean values we can keep over here. Whatever it is returning Boolean value it is returning, so we can keep it over here. See, it is returning a Boolean value, right? Returns true if and only if the string contains the specified sequence of char values. Okay, so here it is not just the char, it is the sequence of char. Okay, okay, guys. Now moving on to our other one, which is concat. Okay, what is concatenation? We have done our concatenation earlier, which is somewhat like this. Let's say, you know, I have one, let's say, string. Okay, I have my string, which is, let's say, S2. Okay, and this string is what? The string is, let's say, welcome home. Okay, this is the string, uh, and whatever you want to take, you can take for practice. That doesn't matter. What matters is the logic. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, or let's say I have string S2 as welcome only. Okay, only welcome, and then I have one more string which is S3, which is what? Home. Like this, we can, let's say, we are trying to what, concatenate S1 and S2 and S3. So what we have learned so far, we have learned so far that whenever we want to concatenate, we can do S1, S2 plus S3. Like this, we can do. I'm going to have a little space over here so it is better, for you. So this welcome home is coming like this, right? So we have learned this, right? But instead of doing this, we can also have one method. See, guys, your contains method you are going to use a lot in your Selenium. Also, your contains method you are going to use in your XPath and your CSS selectors. Okay, so always never underestimate this method because this is quite not just quite, it is very important. Okay, so practice this well. Okay, now your concatenation has a different way as well. Okay, so concatenation is, let's say I have sys out and then I'm saying that you know my S2 should be concatenated with, see, this is concatenate. Concatenate what? It is asking for another string. What you want to concatenate? So I am saying that please concatenate S3 to this. Okay. Now let's see. So this is a concatenation method. It is already there in string. Okay. So you can do it like this as well, but you can only concatenate two strings like this. Okay. You cannot concatenate any integer value or anything else. Okay. That is the dependency. That is why we were using our plus operator. Okay, but it is an interview question that is there any other way that you can concatenate? So you can express like this, and it is not like that you always have to create a variable, then only it is going to concatenate all the variables. Not necessary. Here only if I again want to concatenate something, I can do that like this. I want to simply concatenate one space, and then again I want to concatenate another thing, which is, let's say, Naveen, like this. Okay, now if I run this, I can simply see welcome home Naveen, right? Now, even without even having this, if I do not have this, okay, at all, and I can have a space over here, then also it is going to give me the same result like this. Okay, so whichever way suits you, you can express the same way in the interview, but you have to practice these methods to really, you know, uh, be able to express the same in the interview flawlessly and with complete command and smoothly. You can do that. Okay. Okay, guys. This is done now. Let's move to equal and equals. So I guess we have done this quite a lot, but just to have this in your, revision bucket. So let's understand this as well. So there is equals and equals, equals versus equals ignore case. What I wanted to cover over here is small two, you know, uh, jargons that I wanted to cover that are used extensively in the interviews today. So let's say I have, you know, okay, let's have two equal strings. Okay, let's say this is Naveen, and again, this is what Naveen. Okay, like this. Okay, and this is my string S4, and this is my string S5. Okay, this is my string S5. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply see if they are equal or not. So let's say I want to, even if I want to simply get it in the Boolean format, then I can say if, S4 dot equals, we have that equals, right? And inside this, we can have anything because this is an object class in equals. See, in the equals, if you do like this, see, it is an object class. So we can have anything because object is a parent of mother of all classes, right? In the So we can have anything. So let's say we have S5, that if it is equals S5 or not, right? So let's see, it is giving us, yes, true, right? It is giving us what? True. Okay. Now there is a small catch over here that we are going to learn in a few minutes after we complete our, basic stuff. Okay. So this is what is important, right? Now, there is one more thing, guys. See, if I do it like this, then it is going to return me false. Okay. But we all know that, we have done this time and again that if I do the same thing with equal ignore case, right, ignore case, then it is going to return us true. Okay. So the term that is coined in the market regarding this equals ignore case is, this one is what? This is your soft validation. Okay. Which is your soft check or soft validation or whatever you want to call it. Okay. And this is your, sorry, this is your hard validation. Okay. Because nothing else is accepted. Even your case has to be very right. Okay. And this is your soft validation. Okay. So always in Selenium validation, we always refer to what? Assertion. So can I say soft assertion over here? Right? Similarly, over here also I can say soft assertion like this, right? So this is very important that sometimes the interviewer is going to ask you, please explain hard assertion and soft assertion in, Java using string. So you can say it like this, express it like this. Because I have seen a couple of interviewers asking this from, one or two students they have reported. Okay. Anyways, so this is done. Okay, this is quite simple, and we had complete knowledge about this. Now let's move on to our substring. Okay, what is substring? Now in substring, guys, there is no issue, right? I have continued for quite a long now. Okay, so what is substring, guys? Let's say I have one string which is, let's say, S5, S6 this time. Okay, and what is the string? Okay, what is the string? Let's say the string is, let's say, okay, your food order is booked with, you know, um, order ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. Okay. Then how you're going to, you know, use your substring in this. So let's say, guys, you want to use your substring, so you can simply use, s6 dot s6 dot substring. See what it is returning me at substring. It is returning me int beginning index, right? Int beginning index. It is asking me, not returning. It is asking me as a parameter that returning it is string only. Okay, but what is the right position that you want to create this substring from? Okay, so let's say the right position is, let's say, 20. Okay, so can I get the value from 20? See, booked with the order, because this here is 20th. Okay, can I say I can have from 30? Yes, also from 30 you can have your substring order ID this. What about 37? Let's see. Then again, it is giving me ID is this. Okay. Then what about 41? Let's see now. Then it is telling me, okay, your ID is like this. Okay. Then what about 42? Here it is even trimming, and this is only getting me the order ID. Now you get it why it is important. Sometimes it is only, important for you to get the order ID and not the other stuff, whatever the string is returning. Okay. So you can pick the, complete information of the order, or you can use a substring of the order like this, right? So whatever logic the interviewer is going to ask you, at least substring if you know, then you are not going to, go and, get the, otherwise what you have to do, if you want to create a logic around it, then what you have to do, if the interviewer is asking that do not use substring, and you have to create a logic around this, then what you will do, you will know that okay, fine, this is the length minus one index, this is the highest index, and till five of it I have to take. If the digit are only five of the order, or whatever digit the order can be, you have to take only those digits. So you will create a for loop, and for loop you will be running in negative, in I mean decrement, right? Decrement form you will running it, and you will start your for loop with the highest index until whatever number of order IDs it is going to produce. Till that number you are going to fetch that ID. Many a times you have seen that, in your Paytm. Okay, whenever you do some transaction, next time whenever you do the next transaction in Paytm, just 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 see, the moment you do your Paytm transaction, it always say the order ID or something like that, the transaction ID or ID it is giving us in just the last four digits, it is only giving us the last four digit. If you have ever booked Domino's, you know the order ID it is always mentioning over there. Okay, but the whole text like this it is mentioning over here, over in the bill, right? But your Paytm, the moment you do some Paytm, you get a that green tick screen, green cloud with white tick screen you get, and then inside that you have your order ID or order number or whatever the transaction ID, and there only four digits are available. Why? Because whatever is the complete order ID, do you really think that the four-digit ID is only going to be used for order? For the transaction? Do you really think that whole India is using Paytm and only four digits are enough for recording of the transactions? No, the transaction ID can be incomplete. It can be of let's say 15, 16, or 20 digits. but it is only expressing the last four digits. Why it is only expressing the last four digits? Because the one who really want to keep a record, they are not bothered about the complete value of that order ID. They are only bothered about the last four digits, and all the time Paytm is returning only last four digits, right? So what they are using? They are using substring. Okay. Anyway, guys, also there is another thing in substring. Okay, let's say I want to do it the same way. Okay, now there is another method in substring. So let's say s6 dot substring. Okay, this is substring, and here it is the beginning index, and here it is the ending index. Okay, so there is another overloaded method of substring wherein we can get over this. Okay, so whatever index I want to return, I want to get the value of the substring, I can get that. Okay, similarly, let's say what is 42 is this, right? 42 is this space. So 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, right? So let's say I want to for, get the string value from 43 to 47, like this. Hmm? Like this, I want to get the value. Let's see if I'm able to get the value or not. See, I'm getting 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Because it is not including 1, right? It is not including 1. Okay. So, one more thing, guys, that whatever you are going to express over here, the starting value it is not going to take, right? From 43, no. The moment I write 42 over here, then it is going to start from the next digit, that is 43. Now, let's see if I'm getting this or not. See, it is giving me this. Okay, so the 42nd index is 1 only. Okay, the 40, this is quite clear now, because if I want to get, you know let's get sure about this. Okay, how we are going to get sure about this? What exactly is the index of, like this only we are going to get sure about this, right? What exactly is the index of 1? Okay, so let's say I want to know in x6 what is the index of, what index of character 1, because here it is character, here it is not integer, here it is a character of the complete string, right? So if I run this, it is giving me 42. See, so that is why I have to start it with 42. So whatever order ID I want to get, I can get like this. Now what is Paytm doing? Paytm is using substring of this, like this. See, 43. Okay, so last four digit of that order is coming like this. Next time you do Paytm, always check. Okay. Okay, guys. Now there is another method which is very important method. Now this method is most asked in the interview. This is a favorite method of the interviewers. That are you able to split the string or not? So let's say I have one string which is this string. Okay. Let's say I have another string which is S6. Okay, I have S6, let me have S7. Okay, and now here I am saying that, okay, I want to write a split string code. Okay, like this. Okay, now if I want to split this whole code, this whole thing into different, what split is going to give us? First of all, this split. Okay, okay. I'm not able to write it over here. Okay. I'm not able to find. Just a second, guys. I think there is some issue with this. Okay, I'm not able to draw anything over here. Okay, guys, let's get that corrected later. Anyways, so your split, what is your split is going to return you? Let us do it over here only. Okay, let's say your split. Okay, I guess, guys, we are not able to, later also I would be requiring that thing. So let me check why this is not working. This- mm, Check it again. Okay, now it's working. Okay, guys. So string split is basically okay going to return an array, a static array. Okay, static array it is going to return. Okay, so how I'm not even the static array. It is going to sorry. It is not going to return the static array. It is going to return the whole string into a list format. Okay, I mean we can say that it is going to return in static array only because see ultimately your list of this particular string is going to be situated into a static array only. Okay, so yes, we can say it is in static array, but it is going to split the whole string and it is going to create that list of static array. Okay, we can say that it is static array, but the real nature will be like it is going to split the whole string. you know First array value will be I, second array value will be want, third array value will be two, so fourth array will be you know so this is how the whole indexing will be managing over here. So let's see how it is going to manage. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to first we have our string, but it is going to return our static array, right? So if we are going to see another array, let's say this is array, or I would say s7 arr s7 array, this is okay, and here I am having a static array definition like this, and then I am equating it with what I want to assign it with. What, let's say I want to assign it with s7 dot, and I want to use split. See, there is split. And see here also it is telling me that what it is returning. It is returning a array of string, static array of string, right? Similarly, you will see in your main method. This is static array of string, right? So it is returning me static array of string. So like this, and what I want to split, I want to split S7. Okay, I want to split S7. But how I want to split it? Using what? I want to split it using space. And that's it. Okay, that's it. Now, if you want to print this array, then you can simply sys out, okay, and you can print this value like this, like this you can do. Let's see if it is printing. Okay, it is not because you have to do what? You have to use your for loop. So let's say I am using my for each loop for an instance, and let's see if I am able to do it or not. Okay, so string e, and then what I have to put over here, I have to put over the array value and then sys out what? Sys out e, right? Now let's see if this is returning me the complete. Yes, see, I want to write a split string code, all different values. Okay, this is how we deal our arrays and array list. We have seen that earlier. This is what? This is array. So we are going to deal it with like like this. Okay, or you want to do it for with normal for loop, then also you can do it like this, and I equals what? equals, let's say I want to start it with 0 only, and then what? I less than, this array should have some length, right? And here this time this would be length as a keyword. So length, and then what? I plus plus, like this. And then inside this, you can have your sys out, and inside this, you can simply say that whatever, value my, S7I is giving me, I want to print that. Okay. Okay, what is the issue over here? Print S7I. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me see what exactly. The type of expression must be an array type, but it resort to the string. Okay. Oh, okay. S7 not is the right. S7 is not the right variable. S7 ARR is the right variable because S7 ARR is the array of S7, splitting it with spaces, right? So like this, you can again have it. Okay. Now, this is how we are going to split our whole, string into a different array, and then we can do whatever we want to do. Okay. We can write a logic around here as well, and we can have a complete, understanding on, logic creation on that as well. Let's say if the interview says that tomorrow you want to reverse all the alternate words, so what you will do, you will first have to get this, and then you can use your string buffer, or whatever you want to, whichever way you want to reverse it, you can. That we are going to see how we are going to reverse a string. Okay, that we are going to see in today's session only. We are going to complete that. But before that, what I wanted to, discuss with you was another thing. See, in the interview, it is somewhat like this, that they are going to give you some data, okay, or I would say test data. They are going to give it to you, okay, test data, and this test data would be what? This test data would be somewhat like this. They are going to, your uh, split method. They are going to check like this. Let's say x, and then there is, Naveen, and then, there is somewhat like, x, and then capital X, and then small x, and then there is, Manju Nath, and then there is, you know just one big X, and then there is, let's say we have Dharma, right? So this is the way they are going to give you the data. And then what you have to do, you have to create a, test data static array. And then inside this, you are going to give your, whatever test data you have created, like this, the string value, and then dot, and then split. And then they are going to ask you that you have to split using, you know, XX. Okay. Then they are going to ask you that what will be the value of the zeroth value, the zeroth index. Okay. So let's say I would write it like this, zeroth index. And what I'm going to ask for is what? I'm going to simply say that I want the test data zeroth index like this. It's as simple as that, right? So what would be the zeroth index? See, I haven't used my concatenation operator, इसलिए it is giving me the error. So now, if I run this, what is the zeroth index? See, zeroth index is nothing. Why? Why it is nothing? See, the space is coming because I have given space over here. So if I delete space, then let's see, nothing, right? Nothing. Why? Because the moment it splits from the very beginning, okay, then the zeroth index is nothing. If your, XX, you have to want to split it with XX, then the first index will be null. Null, not null, but the default value of string, okay, which is nothing, right? Of a character, it is a space, the default value. For string, it is null, the default value. But here it is returning just nothing, just not even a space or nothing. It is returning. So this is an interview question, guys. Okay. So always remember this. Now, if you want to, check all the other values, you can simply do it like this. Whatever, whatever you want to do, you can do like this. Okay, zeroth, first, second, third. Okay, first, second, and third. Okay, let's see now. See what it is giving. Because there is no third value, it is giving me what? It is giving me array out of one, not string. Because this is not string, this is array, right? So it is giving me array out of bound and text in there. So first it has given nothing. For second, it has taken Naveen X. So it has taken from here to here. Yeah. So it is again, it has found, XX over here. So the next would be from here till next, till the last, right? Because now there is no repetition of small and bigger X like this. Okay. So this is also important.